Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of Noah and the Great Flood. We'll explore the biblical account, its significance, and some interesting perspectives on this ancient tale. Before we begin, if you enjoy this content, please hit that like button, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more videos on biblical stories and history. Let's get started. In the ancient days, long before the Great Flood, the world was a vastly different place. Humanity had multiplied and spread across the earth, filling it with villages, cities, and farms. These were times of prosperity and innovation, yet they were also marked by increasing wickedness. People indulged in violence, deceit, and idolatry, turning away from the ways of righteousness that had been passed down from their ancestors. Amidst this moral decay, there lived a man named Noah. Noah was a righteous man, blameless among the people of his time, and he walked faithfully with God. He was a descendant of Seth, the son of Adam, and part of a lineage that had endeavored to keep the knowledge of the Creator alive. Noah's heart was pure, and he sought to live a life that pleased God, even as those around him sank deeper into sin. Noah lived in the region of Mesopotamia, a fertile land between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. His family had settled there many generations ago, and it was a place where they had grown crops, raised livestock, and built a community. Despite the wickedness that pervaded the world, Noah's family was different. He had a wife, 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and their wives. Together, they maintained a life of integrity and reverence for God. God observed the corruption of the earth, and his heart was deeply troubled by the violence and evil that had become rampant. The divine sorrow was profound, for humanity, created in his image, had strayed far from the path of righteousness. In the heavens, the decision was made. The world needed to be cleansed, and a new beginning was necessary. One day, as Noah was tending to his daily tasks, he felt a presence that made him pause. He looked up to the sky, where the clouds drifted lazily, and a gentle breeze rustled the leaves of the trees. It was then that he heard the voice of God, clear and unmistakable. "Noah," the voice called, resonating with authority and compassion. Noah fell to his knees, his heart pounding with reverence and awe. "Here I am, Lord," he responded, his voice trembling. The voice continued, "The end of all flesh has come before me, for the earth is filled with violence because of them. Behold, I am going to destroy them with the earth. But I will establish my covenant with you. You shall come into the ark, you, your sons, your wife, and your sons' wives with you." Noah listened intently as God instructed him to build an ark, a massive vessel of safety that would preserve his family and pairs of every living creature from the impending flood. The dimensions of the ark were precise: 300 cubits in length, 50 cubits in width, and 30 cubits in height. It was to be constructed of gopher wood, with rooms inside, and covered with pitch inside and out. God's instructions were detailed and meticulous, ensuring the ark's structural integrity and capacity to endure the coming deluge. Noah was to bring into the ark 2 of every kind of living creature, male and female, to keep them alive. Additionally, he was to gather food for his family and the animals, enough to last through the flood. Noah's heart was heavy with the weight of this divine commission, but he accepted it with unwavering faith. He knew that the task ahead was monumental, yet he trusted in God's guidance and provision. As he stood, looking at the land around him, Noah understood the gravity of the situation. The world as he knew it was about to change forever. Noah shared the news with his family, and together they began the arduous task of constructing the ark. The project was immense and required meticulous planning, skilled labor, and unwavering determination. Noah's sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, worked alongside him, their hands blistered and muscles aching from the relentless labor. The ark's construction site became a place of bustling activity. Trees were felled, planks were sawed and shaped, and the structure slowly took form. The sound of hammers and saws echoed through the air, a testament to their commitment to God's command. Day by day, week by week, and month by month, the ark grew larger and more formidable. As the ark took shape, it drew the attention of the local inhabitants. People from nearby villages came to see the enormous vessel being built in the middle of dry land. They mocked Noah and his family, questioning their sanity and ridiculing their efforts. "What are you doing, Noah?" a man jeered. "Building a boat on dry land? Have you lost your mind?" Noah, undeterred by their scorn, replied calmly, "The Lord has spoken to me. A great flood is coming to cleanse the earth. This ark will be our salvation." Laughter erupted from the crowd, but Noah remained resolute. He continued to work, driven by his faith and the knowledge that he was fulfilling a divine mandate. His family, too, stood firm, supporting one another and drawing strength from their shared belief. As the years passed, the ark neared completion. It was an impressive sight, towering above the ground with its massive hull and intricately crafted rooms. Inside, they built stalls and enclosures for the animals, storerooms for food, and living quarters for themselves. Every detail was carefully attended to, ensuring that the ark would be a safe haven during the flood. The final task was to coat the ark with pitch, a thick, tar-like substance that would make it waterproof. This was a crucial step, for the ark needed to be watertight to withstand the deluge. Noah and his sons worked tirelessly, applying the pitch inside and out, sealing every seam and joint. Finally, the day came when the ark was complete. Noah stood back and gazed at their creation, his heart swelling with gratitude and relief. The ark was a testament to their faith, hard work, and perseverance. It stood ready to fulfill its purpose, a vessel of salvation in a world destined for destruction. With the ark complete, Noah and his family turned their attention to the next phase of their mission, gathering the animals. This task seemed impossible, yet Noah trusted that God would provide. And indeed, God did not disappoint. One morning, as the sun rose over the horizon, Noah and his family witnessed a miraculous sight. From every corner of the earth, animals began to converge on their location. Birds of every kind filled the sky, their wings beating in a symphony of motion. On the ground, mammals of all shapes and sizes made their way towards the ark, guided by an unseen hand. Noah and his family watched in awe as pairs of animals approached, each one docile and unafraid. There were lions and lambs, elephants and deer, wolves and rabbits, all moving together in harmony. It was a sight that defied the natural order, a testament to the divine orchestration at work. The family worked diligently to organize the animals, leading them into the ark and guiding them to their designated stalls. Each pair had its place, carefully arranged to ensure their safety and comfort during the flood. The animals, sensing the urgency and purpose of the moment, cooperated without resistance. In addition to the animals, Noah and his family gathered provisions for their journey. They stored grains, fruits, vegetables, and preserved meats, enough to sustain them through the long months ahead. Every detail was attended to, ensuring that they had everything they needed to survive. As the days passed, the ark filled with the sounds and smells of the gathered animals. It was a cacophony of life, a microcosm of the world that would soon be washed away. Noah and his family moved among them, tending to their needs and ensuring their well-being. Despite the enormity of their task, Noah felt a profound sense of peace. He knew that they were not alone. God was with them, guiding their every step. The ark stood ready, a beacon of hope in a world teetering on the brink of destruction. The appointed day arrived, and dark clouds gathered ominously in the sky. The air was thick with anticipation and foreboding. Noah and his family completed their final preparations, ensuring that all the animals were secure and that their provisions were in place. Noah stood at the entrance of the ark, his heart heavy with the knowledge of what was to come. He looked out over the land, at the people who continued their daily lives, oblivious to the impending catastrophe. He wished that they would heed the warnings, that they would turn from their wicked ways and seek salvation. But their hearts were hardened and their minds were closed. As the first drops of rain began to fall, God spoke to Noah once more. "Enter the ark, you and all your household, for you alone I have seen to be righteous before me in this time." Noah called out to his family, and they gathered at the entrance of the ark. One by one, they stepped inside, leaving behind the world they had known. With a heavy heart, Noah entered last, and the Lord shut the door behind him, sealing them inside. The rain intensified, falling in torrents that quickly turned the ground to mud. The rivers and streams overflowed, and water began to rise. The skies opened up, and the fountains of the deep burst forth, unleashing a deluge that covered the earth. Inside the ark, Noah and his family could hear the roar of the water and the howling of the wind. The ark shuddered and creaked as it was lifted from the ground, floating on the rising floodwaters. The animals, sensing the change, became restless, but Noah and his family moved among them, soothing and calming them. For 40 days and 40 nights, the rain fell unceasingly. The waters rose higher and higher, covering the mountains and submerging the earth. All living creatures outside the ark perished, swept away by the relentless flood. The world was cleansed of its corruption, wiped clean by the judgment of God. Inside the ark, Noah and his family endured the long days and nights, sustained by their faith and the knowledge that they were fulfilling God's plan. They tended to the animals, shared meals together, and prayed for the day when the waters would recede. After 40 days and 40 nights, the rain ceased, and the deluge began to abate. The waters slowly receded, and the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. Yet, it would be many months before the earth was dry again, and Noah and his family continued to wait patiently. Noah sent out a raven, which flew back and forth until the waters had dried up from the earth. Then he sent out a dove to see if the water had receded from the surface of the ground. The dove could find no place to set its feet because there was water over all the surface of the earth, so it returned to Noah in the ark. Noah waited 7 more days and again sent out the dove from the ark. When the dove returned to him in the evening, there in its beak was a freshly plucked olive leaf. Then Noah knew that the water had receded from the earth. He waited 7 more days and sent the dove out again, but this time it did not return. With this sign, Noah knew that the earth was beginning to dry. He removed the covering from the ark and saw that the surface of the ground was dry. By the 27th day of the 2nd month, the earth was completely dry. Then God spoke to Noah, saying, "Come out of the ark, you and your wife and your sons and their wives. Bring out every kind of living creature that is with you, the birds, the animals, and all the creatures that move along the ground, so they can multiply on the earth and be fruitful and increase in number upon it." Noah and his family stepped out of the ark, their feet touching dry ground for the first time in over a year. They released the animals, which scattered across the land to begin anew. The world was fresh and new, washed clean by the flood, and it was time to rebuild. Noah built an altar to the Lord and offered burnt offerings of every clean animal and bird. The aroma pleased the Lord, and he said in his heart, "Never again will I curse the ground because of man, even though every inclination of his heart is evil from childhood. And never again will I destroy all living creatures, as I have done." God blessed Noah and his sons, saying to them, "Be fruitful and increase in number and fill the earth." The fear and dread of you will fall upon all the beasts of the earth and all the birds of the air, upon every creature that moves along the ground, and upon all the fish of the sea. They are given into your hands. Everything that lives and moves will be food for you. Just as I gave you the green plants, I now give you everything. Then God established a covenant with Noah and his descendants, and with every living creature that was with them. He set a rainbow in the clouds as a sign of this everlasting covenant, a promise that never again would floodwaters destroy all life on earth. Noah and his family began their new lives, rebuilding and repopulating the earth. They tilled the soil, planted crops, and raised livestock. The world was a place of promise and hope, a fresh start for humanity. The story of Noah and the flood was passed down through the generations, a testament to the power of faith, the righteousness of obedience, and the mercy of God. In the years that followed, Noah's descendants spread across the earth, fulfilling God's command to be fruitful and multiply. They built cities, developed cultures, and established nations. The memory of the flood remained, a reminder of the importance of living a life that honors the Creator. Noah lived a long and fruitful life, witnessing the growth of his family and the fulfillment of God's promises. He remained a man of faith, a beacon of righteousness in a world that had been given a second chance. And when his time on earth came to an end, Noah left behind a legacy of faithfulness and obedience that would inspire countless generations to come. Thank you for watching today's episode. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more videos.